We're back.
We are back.
SpeakEasy, season 4, episode 5.
Well, I thought it was a special edition.
Special edition by episode 5.
Special edition episode 5. That's Spanish for 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uno, dos, tres,
like
cuatro, cinco.
That's right.
The count? The count? Yes.
Welcome back, my boy.
Great reference. Welcome back, brother.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
How was your little days off? I would say we've been off again. I think we did another 3-week stretch, right? And
it's 3-week stretch, yeah?
Yeah. It's been a cool little.
Yeah.
Kind of give everybody that break. I feel like we've been so consistent that we just kind of need to just still be consistent, but kind of like back off a little bit.
Back off a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We went a little hard. A couple, I think, on our last episode, and may or may have not gotten banned.
Flagged. I do apologize to the community for not being able to see that episode because I stand on what I said in the last episode, but I'm not going to repeat it.
That's right.
Because can't afford to get another
it's
flag.
All right. So a little recap. We did our last segment. Shout out to the village of Ruidoso because of everything that they had to endure with their fires and
Mescalero Reservation.
Yeah, all their loss. So we dedicated our last show to there, but like they're still getting hit.
They're still getting hit. They haven't caught a break. They just got done with 3 major, huge fires and a 4th that was just like, just kind of pitter-pattering, but still being a nuisance.
Yeah.
And now they're getting
flash floods. So that's been the big thing. So still, they need your prayers. They need your donations. Get out there, see what you can do to help the community and help them out and those folks out there.
One thing that I'll say about that is I was coming across a few different social media accounts of I guess influencers on social media, TikTok or whatnot, and then watching just interviews from officials from around the state.
Yeah.
And one of the main questions that was asked is if they were surprised that the entire community of New Mexico showed up the way they did for Ruidoso, and the answer was the same across the board. No.
Yeah, and I think we touch on this in a couple podcasts, right? Like, how our state rallies behind each other and supports each other is not like any other state we've seen.
No.
You know what I mean? And so I'm not surprised that the whole community showed out and they showed up. And I mean, everybody was out there. Johnny James was out there doing his thing.
Up north.
He's got a big following.
He's got a huge following.
We just like different TikTok collaborators and TikTok influencers were out there.
Instagram. Even like people like YouTube channels.
So shout out to everybody doing their thing and showing support and giving light to Ruidoso.
Thank you very much.
That's super cool.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
It's amazing. And we're not surprised because we're all we got.
That's right.
We have us.
Yeah, that's right. And the
New
state,
Mexico has
it's a tight state, and I think in every aspect, in every organization we have. So shout out to everybody doing that and shedding light to that village. So on another note, happy late 4th of July, eh?
Happy late 4th of July.
Hey. Yeah, that's right.
That was gravy. Yeah. What'd you get into?
Bro, we stay low key in the cut. We went and checked out the homies out in Mesilla. My homie Robbie was spinning down there, and my good friend Russell, he's the mayor down there. So we went out and supported their little community thing.
Okay,
and it wasn't anything big.
Nice.
They had a little hot dog eating contest.
Of course, I feel that's a staple for like 4th of July.
You have to. You have to. Hot dogs and 4th of July, is
synonymous.
Barbecuing some burgers.
Facts.
So we went and checked them out and chilled out with them, and it was cool. Her little cousin actually helps put on the display show for Mesilla. And,
okay.
So we stayed there for a bit, but we ended up going to the pad and watching at the pad because we posted up right at the corner of like Micro and Telbrook. Like right at the top.
Yep, right at the top.
And they were just, I just parked the Jeep right there and we just chilled out.
Absolute fact.
Smoked out real quick and just, it was like 30 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
So didn't get any trouble. We did the light parade.
There we go.
My brothers, we always go every year and we set up. So my brothers and I, we got in front of lane splitters.
Okay.
And we hollered at them, and then we were just right there posted up. And
because Solano's the light parade.
The main street of Solano. Yep. So they usually do it down there.
What did it used to be? Back when we were kids.
It used to be here, El Paseo.
It was El Paseo back then.
Yeah, because I lived off of Durazno right here, Montana.
Uh-huh.
You know, Montana next to Sonic.
Yeah.
And Durazno, we'd walk down Montana and just sit right there at the curb and watch the
That's back then.
like,
How many times has it changed?
So it used to be there, and then it went downtown for a while. And then I remember my auntie and my uncle.
It was at university at one time.
Yeah, and before that, it was down Loman one time. Like Loman into downtown. Like crazy. Before downtown was like, you could drive through downtown.
You had to go around it. Because, I don't know if anybody realizes downtown, there's certain pieces of structure where that huge walk awning used to be.
It was one of the best skate spots, though.
One
of the best skate spots back in the day.
Yep, and shout out to the whole enchilada fiesta that used to happen downtown.
Yeah, and the whole enchi was down there. Yeah, that's right.
The whole enchi.
So yeah, we chilled out. We didn't do too much. What'd you get into?
To be honest, really nothing.
Word.
Yeah, like I was supposed to do a short shift at the shop.
Yeah.
Apparently, everybody had already,
it was dead.
Dropped their wallets. It was dead.
Dead. Yeah.
Oh man. So
I think I was posted up to like 1 or 2, with like nobody came in. I'm like, yo, like every time that happens, I'm like, panic button sets in. I'm like,
yeah.
Why isn't anybody coming? Like she always has to remind me, like it's just a holiday. It's the 4th. Chill out. Everybody spent their money. All our regulars. Because like, we don't get too busy, but we got our regulars. And when the regulars don't come in, I'm like, yo. What happened? Who made him mad? Who was working the last? Dom's been out of town. So.
Dom's been out of. He's the only other one, But so I got that just chill out and happy 4th text message, and so got some stuff done around the house, cleaned, a couple of meals for the grandparents. Worked on some nerd stuff. My husky isn't too privy to fireworks, so.
Right. So what'd you do for Neo?
So right before I left him for a couple of hours. This is still during the day, hella daylight out. I went and chilled with my dad for a little while. Sat down, had a meal, talked shop with them, the whole family. Had a great time, and then was like, all right, I'm gonna get home before people start letting it all out. Because I do have a husky, and he is just timid when it comes to that. So what I did for him, unfortunately, I didn't have any more tincture medication for his anxiety. So, excuse me. So what I did for him was I made him, I had him sit in the kitchen with me, within the kitchen, having my tablet at full blast and the acoustics in the kitchen.
Your tablet, cause so Dom, when he works, he be editing at the computer. He be editing at the computer. He's got his tablet. He's got his phone. He's got a book, and I'm pretty sure he's like scribbling or drawing on something else. Like this boy is talented. His brain, he can do 10 things at once.
It's ADHD.
It's great. So yeah, I'm sure Neo's comfort. It was 10 different things in the background. He's in a little tent with blankets, right?
Oh, absolutely. I will build him a fort with the kitchen table and blankets and move the chairs aside. My grandpa and grandma are like, the bike, and then they see what's going on, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Right? I do that as a kid, I would have gotten slapped. Do it for him, it's okay.
Yeah, that's right.
But thank you. And so in the kitchen, I have the tablet, and then my grandmother watching her novelas and news and whatever.
Yeah.
And then my grandpa in the room right across the hallway in the living room.
So he has all the background noise.
It's just all the background noises, dude. And so then he sees me cooking, so he automatically thinks that he's going to get food. But I'm actually making him a meal. And my dog is a fiend for arroz con pollo.
Really?
Chicken and rice.
That's his favorite.
That he just... chicken and rice or beef and rice.
Really, that's his favorite.
Arroz con give it.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
So I was like, he's already, even then I would leave the dish a little bit and go and lay with him in the corner of the kitchen and make sure he was okay. He still had a little shake, but in Tortugas, there's the baseball field, there's your neighbors with a big dirt lot, there's a
lot of space for people.
Huge dirt lot where the altar is, so in the middle of the road. Yep. And my grandparents and I and even Neil went out and they went out and were just looking down the road and was about 9:15, so NMSU was already popping.
Sure,
Right? So that
sure,
huge firework thing, and he went out, did his business in the yard, and then immediately like turned around and sat down at the door, and I'm just like looking at my grandparents with the fireworks, and I'm just noticing I don't have my little buddy, and I'm like,
oh shit.
I look back and he's already at the door. I'm like, yep,
Yeah.
I'm going inside.
See ya.
So went inside, closed the door, turned on the TVs, turned on the tablet, started cooking, let him lay down. So my pretty much every 4th of July since I've had him has been
That's
a watchful eye.
Yeah, that's his routine.
And I have
That's chill.
I have no qualms with it. Like
That's chill.
they're our best friends for their lifespan. We're their best friends for their lifespan. You know what I mean? That's what makes me
You
up.
keep them comfortable. We're all dog people around here, so we all go extra sensitive for all of our pets around here, dogs and pets and whatever we have. So we go the extra mile for our pets around here for sure. So
absolutely.
Salute you, good sir, for doing the right thing for your puppers.
I appreciate it. My fluffaluffagus.
Speaking of 4th of July and speaking of fireworks,
wow.
In this episode, we wanted to touch a little bit on kind of raise awareness and shed light to a situation that kind of been unfolding in the nation in the past probably like 6 to 8 years, I would say. And it'd be like the gifting. And I know we're going to catch a lot of heat from the subject.
It might not be my fault to get flagged on this episode.
Yeah, just because of what everything that has transpired. And if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And if not, you can go back and look up. I'm sure you can do a simple Google search on SpeakEasy, Las Cruces, New Mexico, or LCNM. And you can find all the articles and catch up to game. So we're just so everybody knows that and catches up to speed. But we're not the only ones, right? There's like been pioneers in the game. There's
Definitely.
guys from like Oregon, Colorado, Washington D.C. So like the Virginia area when and all that when legal, right?
Oh yeah.
One guy in particular, like that year, he did the gifting thing in D.C. and he got hit. The city shut him down, cease and desist, the whole shit, and he went back and sued the city, right, for X amount of dollars. I think he won something in the millions.
He went and sued the city, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, the city.
Oh, shit.
For, like, wrongful, for pulling his business license on wrongful, discriminatory. Like, he pulled everything out the book. He had great lawyers, by the way. Won, like, millions of dollars from the city. Bought a Lambo. And then, like, obnoxiously, like, painted or put that graphic. What's that graphic they do, the vinyl?
The raps?
Yeah. And, like, put something, like, paid for by the city of D.C.
Oh!
Yeah. So, there's a lot of instances out there that people have been doing this for a very long time.
Oh, that's a dig.
And just recently, there's been a new kind of headway in the movement or headway in the industry with that whole gray area and the whole gifting, right? And Texas has been popping up and hitting the map and doing their things. Forefront. And they're kind of the new pioneers, the new guys in the game.
Yeah.
And they're doing it right, man. And we just shedding a little bit of light to it. And so salute to you, good sirs, from the good state of Texas, because from everything
TX.
we've been seeing from down in San Antonio to Houston
to Austin, DF Dub.
Yeah, that's right.
There's spots in DF Dub, yo.
Yeah, and we did a little bit of research. So in this episode, we're gonna dive into that a little bit more and talk. This might be a 2-part series, so hang tight with us. It's not going to be our normal structured episodes, but we still are episode 5, Cinco.
We still are, all right.
And we're just gonna chop it up and talk to you guys about the gifting. So real quick before we start, how about a real quick word from our sponsor?
Our sponsors.
And we'll come back and talk to you a little bit more.
Here we go.
Peace out.
What up, world? It's your boy Nico. Once again, I look like a nerd because I am one, but I'm here to let you know, once again, that the summer hours are here for Ampgard, AMTGARD. You can look that up online, Facebook, Dragon Spine, Las Cruces. Now, last time you saw me for this ad was the winter hours that started at noon, but because it gets hotter way earlier, hours are now from 10 a.m. to 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Same location, Apodaca Park. Here's your hours from the winter and now the summer. So if you're looking to go and get artisan to make cool stuff looking like this, or if you just want to get some issues out and hit people with foam swords, there is a place for everybody in Ampgard. Check us out on Facebook, The New Hours, and we hope to see you soon. Take care, y'all.
Hey, welcome back.
We are back.
Shout out to our sponsors.
Ampgard, Amtgard.
That's right.
You already know where to get a hold of them if you want to get into some nerddom arts and crafts, fighting with foam swords. Yeah. Be a nerd.
It's pretty dope.
Still cool.
Yeah.
It's still
He was telling me, he was putting me on game real quick and just to like enlighten y'all. They do a cool thing. So when they do the Ren Fair, you guys got to go check it out. But they make their little hustle, but they make little foam swords, right, out of pool noodles. Yeah. And if you guys are out there and you and your friends want to get down, go grab you some foam swords.
Facts.
And you can go out there and battle. And I think that's freaking genius.
Yeah. You can take them home with you and beat the hell out of each other whenever you want. So
next time there's a Ren Fair, I'm calling everybody out. They want to go get down on some foam swords and see my Jedi mind tricks going on. I got y'all. Nice. I got y'all.
Love it.
Hell yeah. Meet me at the Ren Fair.
Meet me at the Ren Fair.
Where you at, Jordan? Where's my chips?
So, you won't box. I got a foam sword for you.
You want to box, Jordan? So, jumping right back into it. So, we're touching a little bit on the whole gray areas and like the gifting. And so a lot of people are doing it and just kind of like retract. A lot of people are doing it and they want to get their financials right before it goes legal. And I know a lot of people who did that and went that route and kind of self-sustained themselves instead of getting outside money in, right?
Yes.
But the other side of the coin, it's wrong, it's illegal, it's bad, woo-wah. Like, you get all the haters coming in and the people who didn't have the gall to do it, right? Because they're mad because they essentially couldn't pull it off.
Yeah.
Right? But
it takes ganas.
There are a lot of people who did it before. Like before New Mexico did it, before Texas is doing it, like we said. The people out in DC did it, out in Oregon. Colorado.
Yep.
So it is something that has been allowed into the piece of legislation. So now in New Mexico, they took that out of the legislation. Yeah. It's not even, they done threw the whole word gifting out of the New Mexico books, thanks to yours truly, allegedly. And,
allegedly. It's now they couldn't get their piece of the pie. We touched down on this thing on the very first one or two episodes.
And they got super mad, and it was their fault. They should have read what they put before they put it into the bill. You know what I mean?
And, do you not proofread anything?
Yeah, so they took it out. Now you can't even go to your shop and get gifted a free pre-roll because some guys here screwed it up for you. So shout out to those guys who screwed it up for you because...
Allegedly, there are still shops here.
Oh, bro, it's the Wild Wild West. Everybody in New Mexico don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
I'm saying that kindly and respectfully.
Everybody
is doing their thing. They know there's not enough people in the CCD to go around and check everybody. So, like, you see all these pop-up, like, venue events and, like, there's no hate to anybody, but, like, Laughing Grass, like, how the hell did they pull that off, dog? Like, on some real. Like, I'm not hating, but, like, that's just alluding to, like, everybody's just doing whatever they want. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
for the longest time, one of our, and this is coming from, like...
They're probably saying, how are we smoking in the studio right now? Bitches, America.
But, you know, like, and when we were trying to be, when I was still working for the dispensary, Oregon Mountain Organics, there was so much legitimacy going into the company that we were going to the extra detail of every page of paperwork of that, okay, the cannabis leaf cannot be a part of your logo. You cannot promote that in a stance.
Now you see that everywhere,
and now it's everywhere.
Right.
And now going back to, there's not enough CCD members to regulate, to control this everything. It's, we can get away with it until what? And what are you going to slap us with? Like it's like we go back to going to the checkpoints to, like, we've been legal medicinally for how long with certain laws in place, and then going recreationally, you want to start dropping the rest of these, I forgot to mention laws. You know, and now you're getting upset that it's just overturning everything that you're trying to do as a cabinet, as a government. You know what I mean?
So that And they're on their third or fourth director.
Yeah.
For the CCD, for the Cannabis Control Division, right? And so if everything is collapsing at the top, you can imagine what the rest of the, what everything else,
that
makeup of
splinter
everything else
effect
looks
happens.
like. So I think people knowing that, or like it's getting laxed even out here, but switching it forward to like the gifting side of things and to Texas and what they're doing, I think it's absolutely genius. And I think that Texas is a little bit more savvy than all the other states, right? I mean, it's Texas. They got to outdo everybody, right? So I think they've been slowly watching what everybody else has been doing. And they got a couple senators. They changed the makeup of their law, right? And their language of their law. And that's my fault for not looking into it. And I should have looked into it a little bit more before we did this cast. But I know there's a piece of legislation that's out there that allows it, or the sale. So it's a lot of gray, and it's for what I hear. Gray. And do you know a little bit?
I have a little chunk for it. CBD, Delta 8, and THCA.
Yeah.
Hemp-derived products, THC being at a level lower than 16% or 14%.
Is allowed for sale.
Is allowed for sale and is also allowed in transport only to certain cities that are medicinal, they're adhering to those specifically. So like the state of Texas as a state is not legal medicinally nor recreationally.
Right.
But there are, like you said, certain loopholes, allegedly, that are allowing CBD transportation, Delta 8 and not 9, THCA, hemp-derived products, and anything THC below the level of
like 16 or something,
like
right?
16 or 14%, because that's supposed to be like the inebriated psychoactive effect,
right?
Of like, oh, you smoke and get a head change, you're fine. As you smoke and like, oh fuck, I'm stoned, right? Like the head change versus the
and so a lot of these guys, they're setting up shop, and it's basically they're setting it up as a what's the word I'm looking for? I just went blank. Like a speakeasy, right?
Like a speakeasy.
And so you walk in, and it's almost like a private club, and that was the original word I was looking for. They were setting up like as a private club, and they're calling it a speakeasy.
Okay.
And so you got to pay a membership for said club. It's anywhere between $120 to $200. I've seen different ones, and you can't go in by yourself as your first time. You have to have somebody bring you in, right? You pay your membership.
So I can't just like,
you can't just walk in; they'll deny you.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So you got to have somebody who knows, who's already in, speaks the language.
So you could bring
you in. Yeah. If I were a part of it, I could bring you in.
Okay.
Hey, this is Dom. He's cool. He's one of us, and that's how they vet out, right? People who don't, or who are cops or whatever, setting up, and
sneaky fucking po.
Right. I think that's a good way. I think if I were to go back, and if we could go back in time, like that's a great way to go back and do things. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is like they're adopting the original 1920s like kind of speakeasy vibe.
Yep.
Like original prohibition. You can't have alcohol, no sale of whatever, right? And you walk into I don't know, a bookstore.
Sure. And some are disguised. Some have the little window up front, kind of like if you were to go in our dispensary, right?
Okay.
And they get in, they pay their membership, and they go back. And some have it set up to where it's a sticker. And you go up and you say, I want that $10 sticker. And you purchase said $10 sticker, and little fairy comes down, hands you your little baggie, and then you get to go on your way, right?
And your baggie. Your baggie's the gift.
Your baggie's the gift.
Okay. So you're paying.
So you're buying the sticker.
You're buying the sticker.
And then the little fairy comes down and gives you your gift. And lo and behold,
Mary Jane fairy.
A couple rollies or a little baggie of something, or whatever surprise you get.
Whatever gift you get
for that purchase of that sticker.
Whatever gift you get.
And I think it's absolutely genius because they took different parts of everybody's game and they built their own.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because everybody was doing little things. Like you would go in and buy a t-shirt somewhere and then get gifted something. You know what I mean? Like, and this one you can only do online orders in DC. and they would go and gift you something to your house. So you would go on the website, buy a T-shirt and buy a hat, and they would show up to your door and give you your T-shirt and your hat. And they would
get an ounce and like
right,
couple of pucks and
right.
whoa.
And so everybody had their own little style. So I feel like Texas was like,
okay,
what worked, what didn't work, right? How did everybody survive and not survive? Okay, we're gonna do it this way, and I think it's utterly genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I got a couple homies that are in the game, and they do like a lot of packaging.
Okay.
I've been seeing a lot of the packaging, and the packaging's on point. Like one of the homies did a packaging. It was the Hawk Tuah girl, in a big old bag. Like you would put like runts in, and it had the Hawk Tuah girl on there. And I'm like, that's genius. And it had the straight name, Hawk Tuah or whatever Hawk 2024. And I thought, God, Texas is on literally another level. Like they give no fucks. Like we were actually
Texas
like
really doesn't, dude.
Out here in like Colorado and Oregon, like everybody's been cautious and like, you know, tiptoe around. And I'm still, you know, I still won't talk about it. Like my attorneys have advised me, like, hey, like shut. You shouldn't even have a SpeakEasy podcast on, dog. You know what I mean? And of course I don't listen, but like everybody like tiptoes around the situation.
This allegedly is just
Everything said in this podcast is a gross exaggeration of what could happen.
But
they're not even tiptoeing around the situation. They're straight like they're just putting it out there, and
it's in your fucking face,
and they're killing it. So salute to them. If you guys are out in the area and out in Texas, try to get around and try to maybe see if you know somebody who can get you in and check them out.
Respectfully, do it respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully. And because everything, you know, it's with their respect. And so on that, we were working the dispo the other day, and this guy comes in, and he was from Texas, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm up front, wife's, you know, in the back or whatever, and she's helping him out. And, you know, he's going on and on. He's waiting to use the ATM machine. By the way, we have the best ATM in town, $1.99 fee, so come check us out.
Shameless plug.
So he's using the ATM, and he goes, have you guys ever heard of SpeakEasy? Or SpeakEasies? Or gifting?
No.
Yeah, and I kind of like chuckled to myself. And he goes, because I'm from San Antonio, and in San Antonio they're huge. He goes, they're getting weed from everywhere. They're getting weed from Colorado. They're getting weed from Oregon. They're getting weed from you guys out here in New Mexico. And he goes, there's a law out there that states that if it's at a lower percentage, they're allowed to sell it. And I thought, son of a gun. I said, no shit. I acted dumb, you know, I just wanted to hear what he had to say. Yeah. And I kind of just let him ramble on a little bit. Yeah. And so that was cool seeing and hearing it from his perspective on how he's gotten able to like visit said dispensaries or said speakeasies. Out in Texas.
Alleged speakeasies.
And getting his cannabis and tried cannabis. He said it's good. It gets some good head change. You know what I mean? It does the trick. He goes, there's nothing what you guys have on the board. It's no 24, 25, 30%.
Yeah, 31,
you know what I mean?
32.
He was really excited to try what we have out here. That's our heavy hitters. But he was like, they're doing it.
But yeah.
They're actually doing it, and people are making a business out there. Well, I told you I was out there a couple weeks ago, and we're doing our thing. I love it. And we're in a random gas station in San Antonio, getting my chips and getting everything and getting ready to leave. And I look in the counter they had polka dot bars. Magic mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I walked up and I'm like,
yeah,
are these mush? And the guy said, yeah, you buy two and you get one for 35 or two for 50. And I said, no shit, like the real chocolate bars. Yes, sir. I said, you guys are actually able to sell this? He goes, yes, sir. One for 35 or two for 50. I said, nah, G, I'm good. I got to head back to New Mexico, but, you know, for next time. And I thought, they don't care. They don't care. Dot. It was dot.
Yeah.
Not the feather.
Gathered.
The dot.
Gathered. Noted.
But wild, right? Like, they you guys are on another level out there. And I salute you guys, the state of Texas, and everybody doing the hustle and grinding out there. Because the packaging is dope. The signage is dope. You guys' products is dope. So I know there's a hustle and everything costs money. So I see it from the backgrounds. I see the homies grinding. It's putting everybody on. So that's badass.
So no, that truly is salute to Texas.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
Like sitting back. You know what I mean? And that's difficult. Patience is difficult.
Because I didn't think there was. I think it's gonna be a while before they go legal.
Absolutely.
And I think they just been like impatiently waiting. Like, okay, they went legal. Oh, they fucked up.
It's crazy enough that their entire governing board though of the state of Texas is like just kind of not going after certain districts or certain cities and area codes or whatnot for just doing it on their own, right?
Well, it's within great. So the legislation and Congress has already hit those steps, right? They already went through the course proceedings. They already know that all this has already transpired to where they can't really say anything. Like, I think their arms are tied.
At that low percentage rate, the 16 to 14, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
and as long as within those guidelines, I don't think, and we're not there. We don't know the legal side of it. We don't know the street side of it. We're just kind of hearing from a broad perspective. Yeah. So if anybody has any more insights in it, please feel free to holler. Jump on the show. We can get you on a phone call. We can
we're
get you on a Zoom.
We're not trying to drop dimes. We just want to know.
We're just super intrigued
how much of this is real.
How it's transpiring and everybody's going about it because
this sounds amazing.
There's a lot of people who did it before them, and we just like the style that they're coming at it with, right?
So going on. I feel like I need to like make a sidestep context for the video.
Sure.
Everybody in YouTube land, hi. If you don't know what speakeasies are, these were establishments that were like in the back rooms of what you were go and get your small little grocery list from, or your coffee from, or like small little storefronts.
We had
and
diner.
Your diner.
You ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed? Oh, what a great movie!
Great speakeasy in there.
And the perfect example is, go in there, secret password, sit down somewhere, the wall turns.
Yeah, you get your little lookout hole.
And it's a completely different establishment. That's how the prohibition was operating in the selling of alcohol when it was outlawed in the northern United States.
That's right.
Or just United States, sorry. With marijuana now, that's what we're trying to do with speakeasies is to create that same type of aesthetic, that same type of experience. So with them trying to do it the way they're trying to do it, right? And what allegedly transpired, would you think that would creating like that type of aesthetic speakeasy now here in Las Cruces, do you think that would be like a cool collaboration? Like say if Co-op's books
on the alcohol side, or like on the cannabis side.
Well, alcohol is a gray area because technically you can't have in the same establishment.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking the question. Like,
so like say like Co-op's books,
you would have to have them separately. And I think if a speakeasy, you would do like a speakeasy setup or like a speakeasy kind of theme. It wouldn't be a speakeasy because it's legal.
It's legal.
You would have to go underground and do like the gifting, and then it'd be your traditional speakeasy.
The black market.
But then it's not even a gray area here. They cut that out all out of the law, so you're straight trafficking. You know what I mean? Like, there's no. It's just back in the red.
Word.
Yeah, you're back in the red. So, like, it throws it out for it happening back in New Mexico. You know what I mean? Because like they totally took that out of the legislation. If they kept it in the legislation, and those guys who did the speakeasy here in New Mexico didn't bring light to it, and it stayed there, then you could totally bring that back and do a whole gifting scenario. But since those guys raised awareness and they took it out, then that just cut it out for everybody.
But what about just the aesthetic experience? Like
I think it's something like that.
If the dispensary
they have one in El Paso,
with
what? Right, there's a speakeasy in El Paso. We here. Yes. It's like like downtown. Look it up. It's like I think it's like 912 or something. It's called, and it's a legit like some shit. Like I don't know if it's like you pull a book or you get outside on the payphone and you say something, but they let you in. Right, door opens up. Yeah, and it's a whole 1920s. Yeah, roaring 20s kind of theme.
Yeah. So why couldn't that be a thing even in a legal state? Like partner up with another.
Yeah, I guess it could.
You know,
I guess
like,
it could. But like just
coffee shop, bookshop, little small.
yeah. I mean, if
bodega,
they have like alcohol in it, I guess it could. I mean, in my mind, it would take away the whole. Oh, it's not real.
It's not real. It's not the tradition, the grassroots.
Yeah, we're not doing anything illegal in here. This is boring. I'm gonna go to a regular bar.
Hey, I mean, like I said, aesthetic-wise, they don't know some motherfuckers are shooting craps and playing 9-ball for $900 a ball. So
this Monster House sucks. I'm gonna go smoke a joint in my house.
Talk to the editing team for that one.
Yeah. How about
on the lighter note,
real quick word from our sponsor.
Word from our sponsors coming up.
Peace out.
See ya.
Yo, Joey Cypher here. So check it out. The homies down at Honeydews got it going on. They can pretty much customize anything. From dog tags to your tumbler, to hoodies, to sweatshirts for your dog. So just hit them up. Honeydukes on Facebook and Instagram and DM them and let them know what you guys need. Later, yo. Hey.
What's happening?
Welcome back.
We are back.
Shout out to our sponsors, Honey Dukes. The Dukes of the Honey.
Dukes of the Honey, providing you with your very own custom tumbler.
The tumbler I keep talking about in all the other episodes that they made us for SpeakEasy. Here it is.
And I finally brought it.
So shout out to Honey Dukes for providing us with a really dope tumbler.
Tumbler stickers.
Yeah, holler at them
if there's not koozies anymore.
Yeah, we got a cool little sticker or something.
Sticker right here.
Yeah. So holler at them
for
all
the
your
on the cans.
Vinyls, sticker, dog tags, accessory needs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now we got Nico's Canon News.
So,
hey,
I didn't put a hole this time.
Missing ceiling tile or something.
All right, it was a blank.
Shooting blanks here. What do you got for us?
So, once again, I'm going to change it up.
Yep.
Seeing as how we're not going live on my Instagram account because none of you follow during the live. So
nobody watches. It's cool.
Nobody watches you. I'm so mad at myself. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves us. So I have noticed that
probably offended all your friends. Most of them.
Were they really my friends if they got that offended though in the first place?
You're right.
So
carry on.
We are going to do what I am going to introduce as a speed run of news articles coming from marijuanamoment.com. Please jump on their website if you can, subscribe and promote.
Check them out.
Check them out, marijuanamoment.com. This is not a sponsored spot either. Like, I'm not getting paid to say that. But they do drop a lot of sincere information around the world and especially within the United States. So, we are going to give a whole lot of marijuana articles back to back, and I'm just going to read the name of the articles really quick.
Sure.
If you want to dive into those loopholes, or those rabbit holes, I should say, that is on you.
Yep.
And then we're going to get into a couple of different subjects.
Cool. Carry on.
So, we're going to start off with older patients using medical cannabis experience considerable improvement in health and well-being. Studies finds. Right? Wow. Like,
I can see that. I would say like a good 45% of our clientele is older patients.
Absolutely.
Especially in the morning. And they say like a lot of them like they haven't smoked since they were younger back then, or they're smoking now, and like
is that
way better change in their life.
Is that not one of the most awesome pieces of information? Like, oh, I haven't smoked since this year. Like, okay, it's not the same.
Let me have your 31%. I'm like
no.
Try this 16 or 19 with the high CBD, and tell me how that makes you feel first, buddy. And then we'll get you to a 24.
We want you to come.
Try it, and if you really want to, we'll try that 31. But if you just try it because of that, this King Kush breath right here is really, really nice.
Solid. It's solid, right? Don't do this to yourself.
It's only 20%, but it's nice.
Right, it's nice. It's
Shout out
nice.
to High Lonesome.
Shout out High Lonesome Cannabis Silver. Ooh, what is this?
That's cool though. That's a cool little point.
Cool little point. Another article, also from marijuanamoan.com. All articles until we get into a different discussion. Cannabis testing ban for military recruits passes the House.
Hey.
Article came out on June 17th of this year.
Hey.
So new military recruits aren't going to be tested for THC or cannabis products.
That's if the House...
No,
now
House...
it goes to the Senate, right? Or
yeah.
the president signs off on it. Senate and
Passes
the
House, so yeah.
Dope.
Now
dope.
up and up.
Dope. So I
So-
hope... well, that's cool. I mean...
I kind of feel it will.
Are they going to be stoned out there while they're fighting a war though? Like that's my question. Like, how is it going to affect the soldiers?
I mean, respectfully, actually,
Well, that makes me mad. Man. I couldn't even get in the army because allegedly I didn't pass a drug test for 9 months being sober, and now they let these motherfuckers. Man, bro, I'd be out there. Blood in my
right, biscuit with a biscuit. Like, hold on.
That's crazy. That's wild. So, shout out to the whole
But I mean,
movement.
look how many. I mean, we won't. But look how many changes have been done to all branches of military since we were snot noses.
Oh yeah, that was
Since Operation Desert Shield.
20 years ago.
Operation
yeah, I mean,
30.
30. I remember having a little tattoo on my arm. My first tattoo was a little dragon tattoo, right? And when I was like 18, I was trying to get in the Marines. And they threw a fit about it. Like, oh, you have a tattoo? Well, we need to get your blood tested. I'm like, what? I went to a reputable shop down the road. Shout out to Peg Leg Sam. Rest in peace, Peg Leg Sam. But I went to a reputable shop. I'm good. And they like threw a fit about it. It was like one tattoo that would have been covered up. It was in my hands or my face.
And now sleeved.
Yeah, now I'm sleeved, face tats. Sorry, Mom.
No, not even you. I'm just saying like individuals that are enlisted.
Yeah.
You know, currently. But yeah, we like I said, we're different conversation.
Yeah.
So, next one. 2 back-to-back awesome articles. We're going to start off with, even though the state, their cannabis culture and businesses are in a decline because of the pesticide thing and everything, which we'll touch down on later, but the California State Fair will allow marijuana sales and on-site consumption for the very first time.
Wow.
So there we go. Shout out California.
Hey.
That's fucking dope.
That's super cool.
That's really cool.
Super cool.
You know what I mean?
Go
So
to the fair, puff on a dude, ride the ride.
Now of course,
that's the American dream right there, folks.
Dream. Right.
That's the dream.
Tacos,
right there.
churro, Corona,
My
joint at the state fair.
Living the dream.
And it's a wrap.
America.
That's a wrap.
Wow.
Right? So they're doing the thing out there. Now, of course, it does come with, certain regulations in that it treated it like the beer tent.
Sure.
It treated like the
you're not
smoking
just walking
area. You're
around.
not just going to be walking around blowing it in kids'
Puffing.
faces or not. Like, yeah.
Hey, little rat.
Hey, little pig.
Hey, little pig.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I didn't mean to do that.
God damn it, we got a joke. I'll do that
I'm
for
sorry.
like hours.
Oh, no,
Hours on end.
no. I'm sorry for bringing that up.
Cringing about it. Hey, little pig.
I'm sorry, boss lady.
Hey, little pig.
So yeah, of course there are regulations that state where cannabis can be consumed, but and where it can be sold. But imagine where we did the Munchie Friday video back in Sunday, Mexico.
Yeah.
And then turn around and do another video for, hey, what's up, Purple Haven here.
Yeah, we're at our tent.
Right at our
Here,
tent.
puffing tough.
Right here. $4 pre-rolls. Meet us in the back alley in the smoking section.
Remember that time they were at the so those guys who did the gifting were at the NMSU right before the game, and they're passing out allegedly free pre-rolls to all of NMSU.
Oh, I remember that.
Those guys were wild. Shout out to those homies.
I don't know.
Ray and Smitty.
Ray and Smitty.
In the book. We'll get to the book later. Ray and Smitty. Shout out to Ray and Smitty.
Huge shout out. Salute. All right, so the second awesome Air High Five article for it is going to be the NCAA votes to remove marijuana and cannabis products.
Oh, that's just cool.
That were banned from the substance list.
That's cool.
So
that's cool. So all college sports,
all college sports.
Yeah. And I think that movement is so cool because like
we talked about this a while back.
It does so much for the recovery process.
Yes.
And for, like they say, for the healing.
Thank you.
So I have some homies that they're out in Eureka. What Eureka, California? Ukiah? Something like that. Something like Ukiah. And there's a dispensary out there, healing compassionate hearts or compassionate healing or something. The owner is Lem, and his place is called Lempire, and you can look him up. And he is developing, or at the time, this was probably like 3 years ago, he was developing a strain and working with the NFL and the LA Rams for when you tear your rotator cuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were telling me. Yeah.
A specific strain that he had came out. I don't remember if it was one of his strains. It might have been the Lem strain. And he was partnering up with the NFL at the time, and they were using it for rehabilitation.
Yeah.
For a rotator cuff.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty freaking crazy. Like,
I think
they can pinpoint it down to.
I love that. I'm with you on that. Yeah. I would like respectfully to adhere and to add on to into the fact that excuse me. Just the fact that these athletes at that age are so young, we don't need them relying on hydrocodone. We don't need them relying on opioids. We don't need them relying on
steroid shots.
Shots. What the cortisones.
Yeah, the cortisone shots.
Cortisone shots, you know what I mean?
That was heavy for us. Even like
that shit, yeah.
And the high school level, you know what I mean?
Yeah, at high school level, we were getting that shit with our knees, with our shoulders. Like I got 2 after I broke this just to play sevens one more season in rugby. Yeah. And I mean, and then grandma now gets
the amount of concussions that they just let us go back in, and now if you're concussed, you got to miss a week. Bro, I remember in a football game, and they're like,
"Bitch,
I'm spinning and visibly concussed.
Take your helmet off, drop some water on him, breathe heavy. Here's some pickle juice. Get back out there,
Joey. Yeah, jump back in there, and like 2 or 3 concussions a week. You know what I mean? Like I know for a fact my brain is not right, and when that day comes and I go to the other side, I want them to look into like my brain and do the research into it, because like my lifestyle, my like raising and my upbringing, and we've talked about this, was a lot of head hits and hand-to-hand combats and brutal, grueling hits
in the house, in the streets, on the football field, on the basketball court, on the wrestling mat, on the ditch during summer vacay, wherever the fuck we went, dude. Like
for shits and giggles, Foster lined this dude up with me. A raging pit bull and this like scared kitty cat comes in on the mat.
I had Chihuahua energy.
Let's go, baby.
Chihuahua energy, just shaking.
But like, going back,
cats will scratch a pity.
Going
Chihuahuas
back
just shake
to the cannabis thing. I think it's huge. I think it's great for the development. It's great for the healing aspects of it.
Because we don't want them to get addicted to over-the-counter medications that are so easily be addicted to.
The PTSD aspect of it on how it helps out with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And cannabinoids and the CBD values and the everything like that. So I think it's wonderful. I think it's great that what everybody's doing, and they're moving towards the movement with everything, because it's changing. I think it's changing the game. It's creating new.
It needs to.
Yeah, new headway and new balance for it. So
really needs to.
Super cool, super cool, bro.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, super cool. What else do you have on the agenda?
On the Canna News segment, we are going to just really quick touch down on. We had said something about the decline of the California and Colorado markets. Colorado is facing a huge decline. Oh, also Arizona. But that's just medicinally. Colorado is facing a huge decline in sales by at least 30% from their original market, which was crazy because they reached $2.2 billion in sales in 2020. Since their opening in 2011, I think. I have to research that. Or look back on it. But since then, $2.2 billion worth of sales in.
You want to know why?
For Colorado, from what I've read and learned, you can hit me, but not physically.
Yeah.
No, spin allegedly. But it's what's happening. Shit. What's happening with the influx of medicinal and adult sales, as well as legalization of neighboring states. What's
right.
happening with California is the over-taxation of
they're
certain
like paying in the upwards of like 25% like overall taxes.
Overall taxes. Yeah.
Wow.
And then now California has gone through their pesticide pandemic.
Yeah.
To where
That took a big hit.
That was crazy. Right now, they are trying to come back from one of the grossest declines that they've seen because 3/4 of
Shout out Stizzy, I still love you.
Shout out to them because they have just gone to like the pesticide pandemic and they're trying to get after like 3/4 of like flour. Yeah. And that was flour done.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note,
we'll end it on that. And how about a quick word from our sponsor?
Word from our sponsors.
Peace out.
What up, world? It's your boy Nico, here to let you know that Dewey the dog hates DUIs. But if you do find yourself in the very unfortunate situation to be getting one, check out the law offices of the one and only Matt Madrid right here in Las Cruces, the best one to get for those needs. So please be safe out there, do your thing, and once again, if you get into that type of trouble, the offices of Matt Madrid, hit them up and take care out there.
Hey.
What's the happening?
Welcome back.
We are back.
Shout out to our sponsor,
Matt Madrid,
the
law offices thereof.
Hey, you want to hit us with a disclaimer one time?
Disclaimer.
I know we already hit it, but I mean, we is me.
Me
Is
we.
As I.
As us. Yeah. Here. Anyway.
One time.
One more time. Anything and everything.
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 Every single thing.
Every single thing is a gross exaggeration of what may or could possibly happen. So,
that's right.
If you do find yourself stuck in such a sticky scenario, you know who to call.
Call the man with the plan.
With the plan.
That's right.
And so Dewey the dog.
Yeah.
Dewey got
Can't forget the dog.
Dewey got
So, we got story time. Hey. So, for this little story time segment, right, we've been working on a couple things. And
things have been worked on.
You know, we talked about our friends. We talked about our friend Ray and Smitty.
Ray and Smitty.
Yeah, we talked about them.
Smitty and Ray.
And they, what are we looking at?
Just someone standing there.
Really?
Yeah, they probably on their phone or something.
Well, we got something written on our window earlier.
Oh, that was that fool walking around.
No, we're not going to do that because he's crazy.
But that was that dude walking around.
Yeah, I know. But for real.
No, he already got pressed earlier.
We gotta do that whole segment again.
No, why? No, yeah. Fuck that, keep it.
That is weird.
This is what we go through, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
And so
brief intermission.
We're doing a little story time. And we're talking about our friends, Ray and Smitty. And you know, they had a couple little stories. They visited some mountains that were heard murderous, and they gave us a couple excerpts from the book that they're putting together, or maybe a little docu-series of what transpired on said Mountain of the Murders. So here we go.
And
I'll pass this torch to you. I'm taking your little phone, and here we go.
All right.
His eyes are heavy from the long drive, 24 hours of no sleep, a 6-hour flight, and a debacle at the rental car agency can leave you drained. Not to mention, we had to stop to pick up 50 clones for back home. And all these waving in the back seat. The 6-hour drive up the mountain through the turns were gut-wrenching. Murder Mountain has its own reputation, and if you don't know who or what you're talking about, your life could be at risk. Suddenly, he wakes up. The sound of the rumble strip shakes the car and the steering wheel. Ray yells, "Hey, fucker, you okay?" Smithy says, "Yeah, man. My eyes got a little bit heavy, my bad." The headlights from the oncoming car blind Smithy's eyes, so he flashes the car thinking he had his brights on. The car passes and turns around to be a local cop. Smithy says, fuck, that was a cop." Ray replied, just play it cool, pull into the gas station." Smithy pulls the car immediately into the gas station. The cop turns around and parks across the street. Smithy stops the car at a pump and says, "Dude, get us gas and call the guy, see where he's at. Tell him we're at the base of the mountain." And so,
Dude.
yeah,
Wait, what? You're stop. That's where it stops?
that's where we're leaving you guys at.
Oh,
And so these little clips, we might hit them frequently. We might hit them. You might see one on the next episode.
that was stressful in of itself. What?
Yeah, and they're cool little stories from these guys who actually visited the mountain. I think there was a docuseries on Netflix about it. You can probably find it on Hulu, right? And check it out. And so they'll tell us their stories. We'll touch on them. We'll talk about how they got there. So maybe next episode.
Next episode?
We can continue on with the story. And
I'm game for that. I'm game
you
for
know
this
what I mean?
little
And
short
maybe
story thing.
we can piece it together and get their whole
I'm
story,
with it.
you know
I'm
what I mean?
game.
And there's some talks in the work about a little movie, a little short getting pushed on and possibly like pitching to Netflix and everything like that. So hopefully we can get the ball rolling at that. But we'll hit you with little shorts and little snippets and bits and pieces of the story while we can before it gets scooped up. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what they're going with there, and I think we'll end it on that.
I mean that sounds like some grassroots as to how a lot of SpeakEasy started.
Yeah,
Instead of speaking about cannabis, like they were doing some shit over the border with Shine and your rum runners.
Yeah, the rum runners from back in the day, old 1900s. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be on that kind of era. So we'll dive into it on our next episode. I know I've already hit you probably for like almost an hour.
I think we got over it, but I mean that's what we call it, a special edition.
Thanks for chilling with us. Thanks for vibing out and getting your favorite smoking drink because we appreciate it, and we wouldn't be here if you guys wouldn't be watching us. So
absolutely.
We appreciate every single person out there watching.
We really
shout out to all the people who see us in the streets and say what's up. And just because if I don't see you or something, get my attention. Make sure we see you, so I don't look like an asshole because we ain't that type of people.
We're not.
So
say what's up.
Shout out to everybody. Tell your friends. Hit them notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get them views up.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Sounds good.
Peace out.
See ya.